frequency raising practice called Ho'oponopono. I'm gonna give like a quick summary of what it is. It's a very simple mantra style practice or meditation that is it's based from the concept that if you raise your frequency or raise your energy to being in the positive areas, the positive frequencies, it prevents you from dwelling in and focusing on the low frequencies and the negative things. So if you keep your mind and energy in the space of gratitude, then you're not in the space of lack, because both don't exist in the same area. Mm-hmm. If you keep your frequency and your attitude and your mind in the space of forgiveness, then you take yourself out of the space of being a victim, because the concept of being a victim is it's seeing yourself presently as that thing. But if you're in the space of forgiveness, you're past it. You're no longer in that space, which is the higher frequency is forgiveness, the lower frequency is something like being a victim. Love is a high frequency. Other unwanted feelings like hate, anger, and things like that are the low frequencies. Both cannot exist at the same time. So the mantra is, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Now, a part of the concept is that you're thinking about those, you're repeating and thinking about those frequencies. So it can technically be done out loud or internally. However, the bigger point besides just saying them is focusing your attention to a place that you are giving these high frequencies to. So what I mean is that, or let's say how I would use it is, I'm working on a situation with the time sharing and custody of my children. In order for me not to frequently fall into or dwell in low frequencies of anger, sadness, moodiness, depression, victimhood, all the things I was speaking about before, I will look at the situation or the relationship between me and my children, and I'm going to give it the Ho'oponopono frequencies, which is love, gratitude, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Those are the 4 frequencies. So holding in mind a target, so to say, and not personal, like a person, but a situation. Let's say it's a work. Let's say things are not peaceful or at ease, or things are turbulent in your work life or in your figuring out what your work life should be. Then I'm gonna do Ho'oponopono on this subject. So I'm gonna give this subject love, reconciliation, forgiveness, and gratitude. And the natural response is that when you're calling for gratitude and you're calling for reconciliation, you're calling for love, and you're calling for forgiveness, you start to see the things that you have that are worthy of that already. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So when love comes into your mind, in general, if someone talks about, oh, what do you love? Immediately your mind goes to the things that are worthy of your love. Mm-hmm. When you talk about being forgiven, immediately your mind goes to the things and the people that you want to reconcile with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same for all the other frequencies. So it's like the practice is it's like a self-fulfilling practice where the natural result of saying and thinking about positive, high frequency thoughts is that you keep thinking about things that are worthy of high frequency thoughts. You get what I'm saying? So you talk about love, you think about people you love.
Yeah.
Which then gives you more strength to focus in on love. You get what I'm saying? Like that. So when you're doing it with people, I think we'll also like this. How we're gonna do it is we're gonna do it a few times, just like saying it out loud together. Kind of just setting the tone for like we're doing this to start our day, by the way. But to set our tone for it being that energy being between us, but then we'll also in the peace of our own minds, we'll go quiet and we'll focus in on thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, at whatever pace or whatever way that's relevant to us. But to get the most out of these kind of practices, because they're so simple, it takes one, giving yourself fully to the concept, like not saying like, I'll do it, but not being about it, because you literally are calling for this frequency. So your energy, you have to have like essentially like a level of will that you're like calling forth this. You're seeing yourself calling forth love, calling for forgiveness, calling for reconciliation, calling for gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes a real amount of intensity, focus, whatever you want to call it, to get the most out of this kind of practice. The simpler the practices, they're very effective. However, typically simple practices require focus. They require, you get what I'm saying? Because all of those same words we throw around typically in our lives without the level of intensity behind them. You get what I'm saying? We throw around, I'm sorry's, we throw around thank yous, we throw around these words, and we don't like really call forth the energy that is associated with that word, with gratitude, even though we say thank you all day long. So if we're going to do it as a healing practice or as an intention setter, then we want to really, like, when we say thank you, we want to be focused in on gratitude, what it feels like to be gratitude, what we're grateful for, regardless of what it is. Now, like I said before, though, sometimes I do the same practice about if I'm feeling uneasy about something in our relationship. I'll take a second, let me do some Ho'oponopono. Thank you, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me. And focusing in on those things, and what it does, it immediately brings me into the places of how grateful I am for our relationship and the areas that the areas in which I'm so in gratitude for, the love that I have for you, the things that I want to reconcile, the things that I want to acknowledge so that they can be reconciled. So that's another way. So it works basically not just as a long form meditation or you got to set time aside to do it. It also works moment to moment. If you need to hold up, just like we do with our breath, let me take a second, let me kind of get back in tune with myself, let me breathe. Just the same way we do that, this can be used like, oh, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And then really kind of setting into that about whatever it is that you're taking that moment for. And it's very rewarding when you're doing it and about the subjects and the relationships that support you and feed you back. Because you giving those frequencies, me giving those frequencies to our relationship, I then receive the benefits of you feeling love, you feeling gratitude, you know what I'm saying? Me reconciling with you, me forgiving, all of those different things. So that's a whole different topic, which is putting our energy in the places that deserve our energy, so that we're not doing this, we're not utilizing these kind of practices on situations, things, people, jobs that don't deserve that amount of attention, energy. You get what I'm saying? Because then we're not going to receive back. It's not going to be the natural relationship of life where you give and receive. Give and receive. That's the natural relationship of life, from oxygen, us giving to the plants and us receiving oxygen, to every different aspect of food chain, like in nature, everything. It's always giving, receiving, giving and receiving. So to put our attention and our energy in the places that are proven to reciprocate, and for us feeding it allows us to be fed by it, which keeps us all stronger. I think that's a whole different topic, but it's very beneficial to choose those kind of focuses when we're doing even a practice like this. You with me?
You said what?
I said, you with me?
I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah.
Okay, so you feel like you get the point, you get the gist?
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts before we started?
I think you explained it perfectly.
Okay, so let's get comfortable, and then I think we can start together with doing Ho'oponopono towards each other. So we'll hold that thought process in mind, or we'll hold that thought in mind on our relationship, and giving those frequencies to our relationship. And then we'll do that out loud. We'll just do like maybe 10 rounds of saying all 4 of them.
Okay.
And then we'll stop and we'll just do it internally, and we'll focus in on whatever areas we want to focus in on. Okay? You with that?
Yeah.
All right. I guess it can be a little, yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.